Okay, so I've been getting some interesting message. You can run the GLM-5.2, which is the model that I'm mainly using, but on your whole hardware. So like it says that you can run it on like 25 gigabits of RAM. So of course I needed to test it. And honestly, most of the time I don't really care if it's slow or not, because you can run 24/7, you can schedule stuff for the night, stuff like that. So I had to test it. So I did, and here's the result. You can start it live. On the right, you can see the spec of my computers. It should be more than enough to handle it. In my testing, it took a lot more than 25 gigabits of RAM, but maybe it's just use it to become faster. That's something that we can do for sure. Another reason I wanted to test it was because I see shorts and content creator online saying that it's killing ChatGPT and and Anthropic. So here it's loaded. We can answer questions. So basically, ask it to tell me about himself. It's going to pre-fill, so you should see it's like my C drive here. It's a lot of reading. Like I have an NVMe, and it's going to take a while. Once that's done, it will be able to answer, and that's something that only needs to be doable once. It's because it's the first time. Okay, so it's finished loading it, and we have the first token. You can see the speed at what it's running. I'm sure there's a way to improve that. The technology, I still believe it's a breakthrough, because if you don't need GPUs anymore, it's really different. Like it's honestly way too slow for me to use, even with that. And I'm not even sure, like we didn't talk about the context window that you would need and a bunch of stuff like that. So it's true, it's working, but is it useful? Honestly, I don't believe so right now. Like even if it's like 5 or 10 tokens per second, it should be good for most of the tasks if you don't do multiple agent setup. Like when I use my own environment, so I use an OLRS right now. Like you can see you can't, but I'll. So here's basically how I'm using it usually. My own, with my computer, the OLRS. You'll see the difference of speed, but like it's not super fast, but still really nice. That's usually how I use my local AI. But yeah, like you probably don't need that much power anyway. Like a 700 billion token parameter model is probably too much for anything you want to do. Maybe use it for orchestrating something. That's something that I would like to do for sure. And then spawn a bunch of smaller local AI models so that they can do the task. But yeah, it's slower than I expected. Like even 2 or 5 tokens per second. But keep in mind, like we can see on the right, like it takes nearly all my memory. But the CPU isn't the bottleneck, the GPU isn't the bottleneck either, so maybe there's something that we can improve as well. Okay, so it started responding. Once it's done thinking, like, you can see that is useful, or usable at least in my opinion. You can see the number of tokens it's doing. Again, right now it's a 32 billion parameter model. Depending on what we do, on what I want to do, you don't even need that much. If you just want to run commands for pen testing or just check if something is working, just running command, you can use an 8 billion parameter or even less in some cases. But yeah, I still do believe the future would be to specialize small model to execute different kind of task. Yeah, even then, the other one is still not done to respond to the query. But yeah, it's a really nice proof of concept, but in my opinion, it's not even usable right now. Maybe it's my setup. If you found a better way to use it, of course, let me know. And if there's an AI experiment you want me to do, let me know. See you next time.